Hey everybody, my name's Josh Reeve, founder and CEO of Empire Protection and co-founder of the Empire Institute. Here all the way from Australia in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. Today we're kicking off our 5-day close protection training program. This is the first time we've run this in the US and we're ecstatic to be here with an amazing group of people. I'm genuinely humbled by the credentials and backgrounds of the people that are here. Not going to lie, a little bit intimidated to be delivering lessons to people with this level of qualifications, but no doubt it's going to make the course all that much smoother. We're kicking off our program with something that I think is lacking in most of the close protection training certainly that I've seen around the world. And we're going to spend about an entire day going through some of the business aspects of the close protection industry, breaking down the close protection industry, redefining and defining some of the terms that we use in the industry, and trying to set a bit of a standard so that we can better define our roles and define what we deliver within the industry. This program is largely designed to be a very practical course. We want people out and about as much as possible, practicing the things that we're teaching and learning in real time, especially with the experience that we've got in this group. We want it to be a very active program, but we think it's really important to take the time, as I said, to go over the business aspects so that those working as independent contractors, those looking for freelance opportunities with different companies, I guess have a background of knowledge and understanding of things like insurance requirements, forming a contract, quoting a job, getting paid what they're worth, and really, I guess, understanding the business practices behind the industry. It's all well and good to be a really good operator, but if you want to make this a financially successful career, I think it's not just incumbent on business owners to know these things. It's important for everybody. So we really want to give everybody a chance to understand the industry as a whole and what it's like to, I guess, take your operations to the next step with a holistic understanding of the industry. So we're going to start today essentially in our makeshift comfortable classroom. Pretty informal. We're going to have a lot of open discussions. We're going to talk about people's experiences, the good and the bad, and I guess what makes up a successful operation, not just in terms of satisfying client requirements, but getting paid, being compliant, and all those other things that come with our job. So we're going to start by defining some terms. One thing I'm really unhappy with that I hear particularly over here in America is that everybody just refers to the EP industry. EP being this broad term that just gets thrown around for everything relating to personal protection. We like to define that term and set a standard that term actually stands for executive protection, and it relates specifically to the protection of executives. We want to break those terms down further into executive protection, celebrity protection, witness protection, diplomatic protection, protective surveillance, residential details. There's a very long list of I guess what takes place in our industry, and I think it sets a bad tone if we just blanket term everything EP. It's too easy to throw that broad term around and I guess blur the edges of what we're actually doing. So we're going to go through the types of services we offer, most of which I just listed. We're then going to go through defining the roles, so not just saying everybody's an EP agent, but defining, am I an operational commander? Am I a tactical commander or team leader? Am I a personal protection officer? Am I a close protection officer, so somebody in support of the operation? Am I a protection driver? Am I a protection medic? Am I an intel person? Am I in surveillance? What's the role that we're actually undertaking? And I think, again, it's important to define those terms so that when we're on operations and working with a team, we all understand our roles and primary functions within that group. So from there, we're going to go into the various types of details that we're often going to see ourselves on. So is that mobile personal protection? So the standard thing that I guess people think of when they think about close personal protection. So that, the dedicated protection of a person while they move about the world. Are we talking about residential security details? Are we talking about personal protection within an event space? All these things are nuanced and they need to have their own place. They need to be planned for specifically. We might need to use certain types of operators with experience in certain different areas because there are nuances to each of those operations that, again, we can't just throw a blanket over and expect it's a one-size-fits-all approach. We need to have a dedicated action plan for all of those activities. So from there, we're going to go spend a fair bit of time on planning and preparing for a task. So this is everything from how we put a team together, how we select a team, who we select for that team, what skill sets we need on that team. We're going to look at what resources we need on the team and what logistics come with that. So do we need to prepare vehicles? Do we have our own fleet? Are we getting rental cars? Are we traveling? If so, how are we traveling? Who's booking the tickets? When are we arriving? What does all that need to look like to ensure a smooth operation? Last thing we want to do is get logistics wrong and put ourselves on the back foot before we even begin. We're going to look at things like talent to task. We're going to look at things like medical equipment. We're going to look at all those things that we need to be able to support us successfully undertaking our mission. We're then going to look at things like CONOPS, so concepts of operation, operations orders, warning orders, all the things that set the tone for our programs so that we all are starting our mission on the same page as each other and we all understand exactly what we're supposed to be achieving. We look into things like SMEACs, risk assessments, and operational templates to, again, get the team on the same page and have a structured set of plans for the things that we know we're going to do, things that we don't know we're going to do, and the things that may go wrong in that process. We're going to then look at things like briefing the team and how we do that, back briefing clients or security managers or other stakeholders and how we do that. And then we're going to look at after action reviews and how we review our processes and practices, really trying to squeeze out that last 1% of success to ensure that we're always delivering world's best practice methodologies and tactics. We understand it's going to be a long day in the classroom. As I said earlier, we want to get out of the classroom as much as possible. So we're going to smash through this today. We're going to get that critical information out. And then as we go through all the practical activities, we're going to reinforce that in practice so people see how that applies in the real world.